Stop, guys. Stop viewing the African village life setting as a primitive way of living, guys. When you tell people that you live in the village, the reaction they give you like as if you are there suffering. Hello, my people. Hope you are doing great. Welcome to Hanime's World. Welcome to the channel that aims at changing the narrative of African village life. A channel that inspires you to do agriculture and farming. A channel that is one of a kind because it shows the African village kind of life that the media doesn't show you out there. A channel that integrates the primitive way of living plus the modern way of setting to give you a comfortable, healthy and natural way of living, guys. If you're interested in such vlogs, please consider to subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment, like and share. In today's vlog, guys, we are going to talk about 5. There are very many reasons, but 5 major reasons why you should consider investing in the African village life. Guys, we need to invest in the African village life because of the 5 reasons I'm going to take you through. These are the 5 major reasons. Most of them go under these 5 reasons that you need to invest in the African village life setting to acquire a good, natural, healthy, productive way of living. To reduce on that stress of yours, that stress that we get in town, to reduce on it, guys. So you're welcome to this vlog. Now, guys, before I take you through the reasons why you should invest in African village life, I would like you to know that stop, guys. Stop viewing the African village life setting as a primitive way of living, guys. When you tell people that you live in the village, the reaction they give you like as if you are there suffering. What they remember in their village life setting of 1970s or 80s when they were living with their grannies or with their moms in the deep down in the village is what they reflect in their minds, that even in 2020, 2021, it's the same African village life setting. I don't know whether you get me, guys. There is a change. There is a lot of change where I come from in my country, Uganda, about the African village lives. People in the villages are doing way better off than people in town. People have invested their money in the African village life setting. People have done projects that bring in income. People have reduced their expenses in the African village life and increased their income. So, guys, before I go through the 5 reasons why you should invest in the African village life, please first change your way of thinking. Stop thinking that living in the village is like a crime. Living in the village is primitive. No, you can live in the village, but yet you are modern. And guys, you must differentiate between being modern and being westernized. The two things are different. The two things are different. You have to be modern. Not all the modern ways of living are good, but integrate those good modern ways of living plus those primitive good ways of living. Then you get a natural, productive, and healthy way of living, guys. So it is all about integrating those good, positive culture way of living plus the good modern ways of living. You integrate them together in an African village life setting, guys. The kids will love it. Trust me, the kids will love it even more than you. The kids will love that environment. They will love it. The number one reason why you should consider investing in African village life is to achieve a self-reliance life, guys. But in this era, it's very difficult to achieve 100% self-reliance life. But trust me, in the African village life setting, you can at least achieve that life 70% to 80%, guys. Now, I was here thinking, depending on your income, guys, I was here thinking, why should you spend money worth 100 million shillings, Ugandan shillings, to buy a 50 feet by 100 feet land in a town that you cannot even grow enough food for your home, and you spend it on buying land to construct your home like your house? It doesn't add up on my side. Okay, others will say, but now in town, it is near where we work. There are very many reasons, okay, depending on the person. There are very many reasons why people have to do such investments. But for me, I would think I would rather spend 100 million Uganda shillings to buy like 10 acres of land in the village. 10 acres of land. Do you know what 10 acres can do for you? Hmm? Then construct the same house that you had in plan to put in town. You construct that same house in the village. Then you reserve the other acres of land to carry out farming and to grow your food and also to rear animals that at the end of the day will bring in money and then feed your own family. I don't know whether you get it, guys. Hmm? So in the village, there are no utility bills like electricity, like water bills, like gas bills, like paying rent. Hmm? So at the end of the day, your expenditure is reduced, guys. Because when we talk about the African village life setting that my channel is advocating for, we talk about that village life setting that gives you a modern way of living. So when you are doing such life, you have to put into consideration buying solar panels for your power, buying tanks for your water. Then others, depending on your income, you can even construct dams. You can construct underground water that flows forever, that doesn't dry up. So at the end of that day, you've gotten a solution for utility bills, and you spend little. Guys, you can. Most of the people can do all these projects, but they don't know what to do. Hmm? Two, why you should consider investing in African village life is to achieve food security, guys. Food security is something so important in our lives, but the African village life gives you gives you an opportunity to be with food. Trust me, guys, you cannot go hungry in the village. You cannot go hungry in the villages, more so those villages that put their emphasis in doing agriculture and farming, plus rearing animals. So, guys, when you are investing in the African village life, consider producing your own food. When you produce your own food, you know the type of fertilizers you use. You put into consideration the organic way of living. So, at the end of the day, you feed so well and improve your nutrition, guys. Apart from that, in the village life setting here in my country, Uganda, people still have that love for their neighbors. They still value their neighbors, guys. You cannot go hungry. People will bring food for you in terms of bumper harvest. People will bring sweet potatoes. People will bring matoke. People will bring cassava, name it. They will bring sweet potatoes. They will bring bananas for your kids. So at the end of the day, you can't stay hungry. You can't stay hungry, guys. And agriculture is reason number three why you should consider investing in African village life setting, guys. Why? Because people are producing kids every day. Every day in the hospitals, people are giving birth, meaning that the population increases every day. And population increasing every day means that people will demand more food. So those that will invest in agriculture are the future billionaires of this world. Said who? The president of the African Development Bank, guys. And he was right. He was right, guys. So Africa village life setting will give you that good platform to practice agriculture to become future generation, future billionaires, guys, because the land of Africa that is uncultivated is 60% to 65%. And remember, we have good weather for agriculture that favors agriculture and animal husbandry. We have water streams, we have good waters, rainfall seasons, etc, etc. Everything that favors agriculture, it is in Africa. And the African village life setting is the best because we have land. All the land you need is here in the village to help you achieve your plans, all your vision in the agriculture setting, guys. Number four, as to why you should consider investing in the African village life is to increase your income and reduce your expenses, guys. In the African village life setting, you have an opportunity to do farming, as I've told you. Not only farming for subsistence level, but for both subsistence and commercial farming. So you are able to sell off your agriculture product and you get money. Then you reduce your expenses because you don't worry about buying food and you don't worry about paying utility bills like water bills, like electricity bills, like paying rent, etc, etc. So at the end of the day, you increase your income and you decrease your expenses. So the only expenses that I see in the African village life setting are like paying salaries of your workers. But there's a way you can go about that. For example, I can give you an example here on my farm. You get like one item, like you say the matoke plantation had to pay for the workers. So all the money that you get in the item of matoke plantation goes to paying the workers. You can say that pineapples and matoke plantations to pay the workers. So that's it. So at the end of the time, you increase your income and decrease your expenses. You can even say that goat rearing, you'll be selling off your goats in big numbers and get money in big numbers and invest in bigger projects. That is what goats are for. Then you say that local hens are to, let me say hens or poultry farming are just to buy for themselves food, feeds, and also to pay school fees for your kids. That is another item. Then you say that, okay, plantations, like let me say cassava plantation will do this and this will do this. At the end of that day, you easy your life, guys. You easy your life by decreasing your expenses. You don't know what pressure you have when Wumeme is sending you a message of a bill to pay, when National Water is sending you a message of a bill to pay, and yet your landlord wants money. You see, so you increase your income and decrease your expenses in the African village life setting, guys. Achieve good methods of parenthood is the reason number 5 as to why you should consider investing in African village life setting, guys. Look at most people that quote me right, most of the guys that grow up in the village life setting turn out to be successful in this life. It is not by mistake, guys. Remember, I've said most of the guys, not all, but most of the guys that grow up in the African village life setting turn out to be successful. So, in the African village life settings, there are very many activities that a child can do and develop into a responsible citizen. That is when you have a good parent with good parenthood methods to make it in life. Because nowadays in the villages, parents are now adopting the Western means of bringing up children. But if you're a parent with good morals and you want to insert those morals in your child, the best place to do so is the African village life. For example, kids are engaging in activities like farming. They do cultivate the land. They grind millet. They rear animals. Rearing animals helps them to grow up into patient citizens and ambitious citizens, because it takes a patient person to rear those animals, to rear those goats, to rear those cows. So digging and grinding millet helps them to be so hardworking. And another thing, in terms of playgrounds in the African village life settings, we have big compounds. Unlike in towns where you have like a 50 by 50 as a compound, here we have like a 1 full acre. Kids have to go up and down. They navigate different activities and grow their brains and develop their brains. So guys, hope you've learned something in this video. If you've learned something in this video, please consider to subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment, like, and share. Bye.